Sports Talk. I'm Aaron Wilgosh. Thanks for tuning in. We've had a couple of great interviews so far, and right now I am joined by two pretty big wigs here of the Border Baseball League. We got Jack Pethybridge to my left right here. He's the general manager of the Carman Cardinals, and Brent Laverty, you are with the Morden Mohawks. Now, the Mohawks, they lost in the championship last year. I hate to hash up old things, but let's quickly get it out of the way. Are you guys ready to take the championship this year?
Yeah, I think everybody on the team is ready to turn the page after last year. A bit of a sour note to end the season on, but again, that's a sign of a healthy league when everybody's got a chance to win any night, and that definitely happened. But as you say, we're ready to turn the page and get the season started.
Jack, first year back for the Carman Cardinals last year. I mean, you didn't have a positive season over 500, but still a positive season being in the league again.
Well, a bunch of guys got together and reformed the team, and there was lots of guys in our community that looked at the Border League. We had enough players, and we wanted to make sure it was local players. We picked the name Cardinals in respect out of the original Carman Cardinals teams back in the 50s. So yeah. I think it was a very successful year, just getting a group of guys together and playing, and we were fairly successful in the league, being our first year in. This year we look to do even better, maybe meet Brent in the championship. But
of course, like you said, though, a couple of guys, they get together, they form this idea of getting a team back in the league, and now you've kind of taken that extra step here to try and get some extra help with a board of directors for the Carman Cardinals.
Yeah, what we've tried to do is basically the team last year was just run by the players. So what we've done is gone out and tried to get some volunteers to help with the team. A couple other things that I want to note that our diamond was in pretty bad shape, and we're doing work on our diamond starting this week, rebuilding the mound. And we've also, I've ordered a brand new scoreboard. We had a couple of sponsors, our area foundation and Newman Hand Agencies, came forward and offered to donate proceeds to go towards a scoreboard. So we're going to have a better diamond to play on, and a nice new LED scoreboard. So
wow, it's really taking off then, these communities right behind you guys.
Well, there's a lot of interest in it, and we found that from last year, starting from nothing, and we built a fan base, and there's been a lot of talk this winter, and a lot looking forward to the season this year. And it's good for the league as well to expand, like adding Altona to the league is one more team. And so I think it's great for Southern Manitoba to have a good caliber of baseball like this.
And that's exactly what it is. This is great caliber baseball. These are junior players that are looking for something to keep playing and keep that competitive spirit up. And now, Brent, you talk about the league growing and how Carman came in and now Altona came in. This is just going to improve everyone's entertainment factor with this baseball, including the fans and the players.
Yeah, for sure. It's always big when you can expand, especially when you find a lot of the leagues around are potentially just stagnant or even contracting. The Border Baseball League, again, we've added 2 teams in the last 2 years now. So it's a big thing, I think, as for the league as a whole, for the fans, for the players, sponsors, especially when you see the excitement amongst the players. I hope that gets the fans excited and gets the sponsors excited, because again, without them, the league really will fail to kind of survive. So as you say, it's something that we're really excited about, and overall, growth is always a good thing.
Now, you've played, you've coached, you've watched, you've been a part of baseball basically your whole life. What goes into this? What are these players putting into playing on this team? This isn't like a junior team where they're getting sticks paid for and things like that. These players are doing it all themselves.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the sponsors are a huge thing, as I've said before, and without them, again, we could probably fail to exist. But yeah, having the guys show up and they're playing, we don't get paid, I don't get paid, they don't get paid. So it's money out of their pocket. But it's also the players going out to the sponsors and trying to find sponsorship, whether it's signs or advertising on jerseys or things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's for the love of the game, and it's just being able to get out there, pay their money, and kind of have especially in senior baseball, have that chance to kind of keep the dream alive and just play as long as you can and as long as you enjoy it.
Now, Jack, how do you see senior baseball developing here in Manitoba? Obviously, continuing to grow in the border leagues. It's just something that seems to be coming back in full swing.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of interest in baseball, more so lately. And I think it's, as guys come up through baseball, they want to continue playing. And, the guys that play on our teams are guys that are committed to baseball, but they also work full-time jobs in that too. And I think once you see a senior team in there, we have a midget team, then I think it helps attract more younger kids to baseball. One thing we're doing in Carman too is we're building there's a fundraising campaign going on to build a bunch of new baseball diamonds there too, which would be good because it'll be a feeder system to the older players and to senior teams. So we hope to be around for a long time.
Now, both teams obviously involved with the community. Does Morden, do you guys have any fundraisers or anything coming up you'd like to shout out maybe?
Well, I'd say we do. We usually do kind of couple different draws during the season, fundraising draws. So, we go out, try to sell tickets in the community. And again, it's for things like paying for the diamond, umpires. That's an expense that every single team in the league has. That again, the gate that we get from our player, we don't necessarily charge to get in, but we always go around with a hat and try and raise some money that way. But realistically, it's different draws we do during the season that we just sell at the games and then to people in the community. Yeah, the umpires is probably one of our biggest costs. Nowadays at the senior level, most guys have their own equipment. They buy their own helmets, buy their own baseball bats. But it's, again, the umpires, when they're, they are a cost, and they're a cost that every single team has. And so that's where a lot of the fundraising dollars go to. Now,
this isn't like softball. You're not chugging a beer before you round first. This is some high-quality baseball. And when you're out, you actually see the crowd's support. Like, this is small-town community baseball, and it's something that continues to grow around the province. Carman, you're looking into your second year here. How did it start off? How did you guys go from an idea to 10 players fielding a team?
Well, it was just a bunch of players got together and said, do you think we can do this? And can we get enough commitment from a number of guys and find some sponsorship to help us get some uniforms? And like Brent said, like most of the guys buy their own equipment and that too. So. Yeah. They just thought maybe we can make this work, and I think last year proved it was successful.
There you have it, the Border Baseball League. It's going to be getting started very shortly, actually. These two teams will be kicking things off in the exhibition season May 10th in Carman. So if you're looking forward to some baseball, you'll be able to see it very soon. You are watching ASTV Sports Talk.